Good afternoon, parents. Welcome back. Welcome to our second podcast video. My goal with this video is to show you some new ways that the kids have started learning averages. When you and I were in elementary school and middle school, we learned averages by simply adding the numbers, dividing by how many is in the data set. That's still what we're doing. What I started talking to the kids about is making this a little more concrete for them and making it a little bit more simple. Start with the simple, and then we're going to get a little bit more complex. So today we kind of talked about the very basic way to think about averages, and I kind of wanted to show you some of the thinking that we had gone through today. I've encouraged the kids to come home and teach mom and dad something new that you learned today, and just kind of a little bit different way to think about averages. So today we started talking about if you have 3 of something in one group, 5 of something in another group, 2 of something in a third group. My question to the students was, if I wanted to make sure that all groups had the same number of circles, how many would be in each group? We started talking about how, well, I could go ahead and start maneuvering my circles here and there. We did it with counters today. But, you know, after we kind of started manipulating the circles a little bit, the counters, we kind of thought that that wasn't a very efficient way for us to figure out, if I have 3 groups, I want to make sure that there are the same number of counters in each group. That wasn't necessarily an effective way for us to do it. So we thought, well, what if we combine them all together into one group? Can I then divide them evenly into 3 separate groups and have them all have the same number? So we talked about doing that. Well, when we have 3 separate groups and we combine them into one group, we talked about what operation that is. It's addition. So we said, well, let's take 3 plus 5 plus 2, and we're going to combine all these circles together. So now we have made an extra one there, sorry. When we combine them all together, now we have one large group to work with, and now we can easily divide these up. Since the children have multiplication and division down, they should be able to successfully do this. When I take all of these, we talked about, yes, I can count all of them, but it's not a very efficient way to get a count of how many is in this group, because when we start working with larger numbers, counting is not going to be a very efficient way to do this. So we said, let's go ahead and add the numbers together. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. And we talked about, let's make sure we get that right by just doing a quick count when the numbers are small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I have 10. That matches this. Now my goal to find the average of how many will be in each group if I want to make sure they are equal is to take 10 divided by how many groups I had set up in the first place, which was 3. Some of the kids today discovered, I can't take 10 divided by 3 and get an even answer. I'm going to have an oddball. One of the kids today said that I'm going to have an oddball circle out. And I said, yes, you are. But we're focusing on how many are going to be in each group. The kids today used what they know about division and discovered that 10 divided by 3 is 3. There will be 3 circles in each group. Yes, there will be one oddball left out, but we're not going to worry about that. So, the answer to the question of, I have 3 groups, one has 3, one has 5, one has 2. What's the average number of circles in each group? Another way I put it to the kids was, if I want to make sure all these groups are equal, how many will be in each group? The answer is 3. Okay? So this is how we're going to be looking at averages for the next couple of days. We will then move on to doing the computation, adding the numbers together and dividing. We're already doing that. This is giving the kids a little bit of a pictorial example to look at to gain a better understanding of averages for the future. So, thank you.